Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And it does just get crazier and crazier out there. We now have a situation where the Princess of Wales' medical records have allegedly been hacked at the London clinic. And I'm going to look at that in the next reading. That was news that broke very late last night. Interestingly, before that news broke, Lady C was talking about medical privacy on her YouTube channel. And I'm going to read to you what she said. Now, this was in the context of Catherine's medical privacy versus Meghan's medical privacy. Lady C said, Meghan is the one who has been using her sources to put pressure on Catherine to reveal her medical records, knowing Catherine would refuse. Now, when people put pressure on Meghan to reveal her medical records, she can say, Catherine didn't reveal hers, why should I reveal mine? And Lady C carries on, this is all a quote from Lady C. She carries on to say, Meghan, Catherine's birth of her 3 children was transparent. Your children arrived in opaque wrapping. Nobody is asking for her previous medical history, such as her hysteria or ectomy. Any requirement people are asking for is proof of delivery. You are the only person who has circumvented this. The prior rules should be reinstated retroactively. End quote. So that was all from Lady C in her YouTube channel yesterday evening. And she used the H word. And very interesting because she skirted around this issue before, and she has then backed off it, the things that go bump issue, and she's come out with a very strong, basically, accusation in this YouTube channel, in her video yesterday. So I'm going to have a look at it because things are getting interesting now. The Daily Mail has been picking over Archie's christening photo. That one is now in dispute on Getty Images. And the next one that's being picked over is possibly the one where the Queen and Prince Philip were looking at baby Archie in the shawl. Tom Bower referred to looking at a shawl, and the Queen is wearing the same outfit she was wearing at a horse show, a very informal outfit, and in exactly the same pose as when she was looking at a foal at the horse show just before this photo was released. Interesting, not so. And very interestingly, when the Daily Mail was talking about the photo of the christening photo being picked over and failing its scrutiny, this was just above an article on reborn dolls. Very interesting placement of the 2 news stories next to each other, I would say. Cute ghost tarot on the tarot table for this one. We're going to look at what Lady C has claimed. We're going to ask what she knows and how she knows it, her source for this alleged information. Let's throw one of those in. Has Meghan actually had some kind of surgery along those lines? And is she worried about the truth coming out? Because the wolves seem to be circling right now. And is she going to be outed? Is the truth finally going to come out? And if it's going to come out, who's going to reveal it? And when? And what will be the consequences for the Parkles? And of course, it's tricky territory legally because everyone is entitled to their medical privacy. Even if you are posturing in public and basically claiming something that isn't true. But of course, it goes further than that in the Parkle case, because if they have claimed something that isn't true, it affects the standing of the children in the line of succession. It has legal consequences, and very serious legal consequences. So it's not just a matter of personal privacy, medical privacy, as Lady C pointed out. It is more serious than that, and it is actually a public matter. So that is my explanation of what we're looking at today. I'll explain the cards. I want to know what Lady C knows and how she knows it. I want to know whether Megan has, in fact, got some issues around fertility, shall we just say, and if she's worried. And then, is this all going to be revealed? By whom? If so, when? If so, an outcome? If so, that's the worry card that's just hopped out. One more shuffle. And let's get to it. And we need to remind you, of course, that this is serious business. So, of course, there is a disclaimer below this reading, as there always is on this channel. And I'm just doing tarot. And it is all my personal opinion and speculation. And I'm just reading energy around what Lady C was saying yesterday, which raised some eyebrows. It's going to be a rather strange looking tarot spread. Let's put the final card out here. Very odd, but I'll explain as I'm going. We have the Six of Wands in reverse as our underlying energy. This is a defeat. It's egoism, narcissism as well, when the Six of Sticks, as it's called in this tarot, is in reverse. If you can hear creaking, that sounds like I'm on a ship. It does feel like I am on a ship, an old pirate ship, very windy, and has been for days, driving us all a bit nuts here at the moment. So Six of Wands in Six of Sticks in reverse, that is a failure. And a failure often with the Six of Wands that comes from ego and showing off. And so you might extrapolate from that and say that it could come from ego and showing off and pretending something is that actually isn't. And there was a lot of public disporting and bumper clutching and all of that stuff at the time. And then, of course, the second pregnancy, there was a disappearance almost entirely, except for the Oprah interview and those Miss and Harriman photos, which we now know were altered somewhat. And there's also rumours around what people, the crew on that Oprah interview might have seen and might have had to sign disclaimers about. That was a lot of speculation at the time, was going around at the time. So there we are, situation of this weird looking tarot. What are we dealing with here? We're dealing with the Knight of Blades. That is incoming, fast and furious, something that's very sudden and very quick, rushing in with a kind of news or truth or something quite startling. The Knight of Blades, Knight of Wands can be it's action, it's activity around ideas and words. So it could be that there is some kind of revelation coming in the press, or from someone, some sort of narrative, a story that might be coming out with some kind of quite harsh truth, because the Knight of Blades is all about harsh truths and very swift action. It's always intelligent action. It's sometimes quite shocking, and it doesn't really care about who gets hurt in the process. And of course, there are two innocent children in this situation, lest we forget. And that's why we tread carefully here with these kinds of readings, and we emphasize the fact that we're only reading energy here, and we hope that those children are in very safe situations and are being well cared for and protected. So just want to say that. So let's look at Lady C first, and what Lady C might know and what she has alluded to. And we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. That's an interesting card. My first thought with that, interestingly, because cups are months and we have an 8 of cups and it's in reverse. There was always speculation that there was something tragic that happened during that alleged Archie pregnancy. The pregnancy that went on 10, 11 months and there was never a due date and it kept being shifted around, and the belly changed size and made strange noises and folded and all the rest of it. But there was some speculation and some notion that there might have been something very tragic that happened. And for instance, I will refer you back to an interesting article the Daily Mail ran a few months ago about a woman who acted on behalf of a celebrity couple, carrying a child for them, shall we just say. It was all anonymous, nobody knew who she was actually talking about. She lost that child, and then the couple turned around and said, oh well, it doesn't matter, we've got a backup, that one's fine. That story was always very interesting, and that 8 of Cups in reverse reminds me of that article. Let's just say the 8 of Cups in reverse is a card of sorrow generally. It's a card of someone who got themselves into a situation, a very difficult situation, emotionally difficult, and they haven't been able to move on from it. Something happened painfully in the past, whether it was past like 4 or 5 years ago or past like 10 years ago, but it is something that has been deeply affecting and painful. And Lady C knows about that. Let's just put it like that. So there might have been losses, there might have been issues. Cups are very much to do with pregnancy, emotions, hormones, even those kinds of things. So there is something that has happened that Lady C seems to be aware of that is very difficult and painful. And of course, very often those kinds of surgeries, and I'm just trying to pick my words carefully, as you can well understand, those kinds of surgeries are very often difficult and painful physically and emotionally. Where did she get this information from that she seems to have? Let's throw in an allegedly source. We have the Moon in reverse. Another of those cards, very similar energy to the 8 of Cups in reverse. It's quite a female energy, the Moon. And I'm trying to go through mentally, I'm trying to go through who would be a source, female source. And the Moon is mother. I can't for the life of me imagine that Megan's mother would be the source of this information. I think it could be a female friend or a female relative, for instance, a sister, a half sister might know things. And of course, you can't just go live in public and claim anything like this, because you're infringing privacy. There would be consequences, and there would be financial consequences, ruinous financial consequences, as Lady C very often points out. When she skirts around issues, she very often says, I like my castle and I don't want to lose it. So it's interesting, we've got Moon there and Moon there, can you see? And Moon, again, to do with childbirth, to do with issues like that. The Moon is about things that are hidden, covered up. When it's upright, when it's in reverse, things that are revealed, things that are murky, things that there is doubt and fear and suspicion around. So this is something, this is a big secret that has been revealed because the Moon card is in reverse. This is a big secret that has been revealed to Lady C. And it might even come from, for instance, somebody who carried allegedly one of those invisible children, because it has that energy of a, let's call it a gestational carrier, the moon, very much so. So she knows something. She definitely does. These two cards are absolutely chiming with each other, and it's secret, and it's around pregnancy, it's around women's issues, it's around all of those kinds of things. It's murky, it's hidden, it's tricky information, and it's painful information. That's Lady C's energy, and of course we are just doing tarot and we are just reading energy, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. Let's move on to Megan. Has she had some kind of surgery along the lines that Lady C was alluding to? Just curious. And we have the 6 of Coins in reverse. And the 6 of Coins is about balance and harmony. Coins are body and can be eggs. And I'm getting from that card that there has been some imbalance in this situation, something taken. Normally when the card is upright, it's equal give and take. So in reverse, something taken away. Certain organs taken away, and possibly the fruit of those organs taken away. Again, I'm sorry I'm being so cryptic, but the police. So harvesting tells me that. Those 6 coins look very like things that might be harvested, frozen, kept on ice, waiting for a moment, possibly, as rumor has it, allegedly in Toronto. Is she worried about any of this, assuming, let's say hypothetically, that this has in fact happened? Is she worried that the truth might come out? This is something that is causing her consternation. I've got the 3 of Coins in reverse. That tells me that she might be concerned that someone who was involved in this, allegedly, because there's 3, that's a team, it could be some sort of medical practitioner, it could be something like that. Somebody involved in this process might have spilled the beans. She could be worried about that. Rather interestingly, there is a parallel between this situation, this 3 of Coins, energetically, the energy that I'm picking up from that card, and what has happened, again, allegedly, to the Princess of Wales very recently at the London clinic. It has the same feeling about it, and the 2 women do seem to mirror each other in strange ways, and I did some readings on that kind of mirroring energy over the weekend in a completely different context. But here it is. The feeling that perhaps somebody who knows something, who is privy to this information, we might even get, and I'm sure some of you are jumping up and down and saying that it might have to do with that Canadian friend who is no longer a friend because the moon is Pisces and she is a Pisces. And she, if anyone would know anything, would be the source. So there it is. Female friend. Took me a while to work out because I normally in these royal readings don't bring the Pisces energy to the moon card because it so often is dominated by Diana energy, and she was of course Cancerian. But that is a Pisces card, and I'm asking who the source of this information might be. There is a Pisces energy there, and there is a group, a team, a collaborative effort here that is in reverse. If that person is the source of this information, this isn't terrible worry, this isn't nightmares, this isn't tower death or whatever. I think there is the notion that this can be silenced, this can be shut down. I would say that the 2 women know equally damaging things about each other. That's my speculation. And so that there is probably this route for Lady C is probably shut down. because I don't think that this source is going to ever say what she knows. This is my speculation, but it's shown up there, and it's shown up there as well. Interestingly, a facilitator, somebody that might have organized it all, provided accommodation, provided the right medical practitioners, all that sort of thing, the right clinic, whatever. Wild speculation for fun and entertainment. But let's look hypothetically over here and see if this has happened over here. Likelihood of this ever coming out. Will it ever come out? Oh, yes, it will. Interestingly, wow, I'm getting a bit now. Another Pisces card. Neptune, the Hanged One. It's in reverse. The Hanged One is somebody who has been prevented from speaking, acting, saying what they know, revealing something, is now freed, cut down from the tree, no longer required to be silent, to shut up about whatever they might know. It tells me yes. If there's been an NDA or some sort of gagging order or an injunction or something like that, it tells me it's over. Wow. Okay, so if a revelation is coming, who? Next card. Who? Where is this going to come from? And we got the Queen of Wands in reverse. And of course, the Queen of Sticks is a fire sign woman. Normally, when I do these readings, I would say it's Megan. But I don't think Megan herself would be the one who would out herself. And unless she does a whole... I'm trying to think who's gone on TV and sort of cried and said, you know, I misrepresented something, and I given some big excuse why they did it. I'm sure, you know, plenty of moments when celebrities have come clean about something that they've done. And but that's interesting. It's a fire sign. Fire sign. It's female energy. Queen of Sticks. It gives me actor kind of vibes, but I doubt very much that an actor would come out. It's more social media, maybe an influencer. We have an alleged actor of that kind, I mean a social media person, an influencer, implicated in the Princess of Wales drama. Could also be someone who's writing something, but somebody who's quite a celebrity, someone who's quite famous, established, comes out and says something. I would say with that Queen of Sticks, it's somebody very well known, famous, whether because they're a celebrity or an influencer or a journalist or something like that. It doesn't have to be a woman. Let's just put that there. It could be a man who embodies more of that kind of energy, if you get my drift. So, when? Soon? Years? Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. So we're going into male energy again. Knight of Cups doesn't really give me time. Cups are months. It doesn't give me soon energy. That would give me soon energy. So I think we've already got soon energy already hanging around in this reading, because that's something that happens unexpectedly almost. The Knight of Blades, fast and furious energy. It's almost like that Knight of Cups energy is waiting for something, is waiting for an apology or some kind of acknowledgement, or something going on there that they're waiting for. Because the Knight of Cups is someone who comes along and woos you and sweet talks you and schmoozes you. And so it's almost as if that energy has to build some level of popularity or following or something like that with that Knight of Cups. And how will it go for the Parkles? If this comes out, if it turns out to be true, we're in the hypothetical realm here, we're in allegedly territory here, speculative territory here. If it turns out to be true, how will it go for the Parkles? Wow, that's the Seven of Blades. Normally when that card is upright, it's getting away with something. It's wrongdoing. The Seven of Blades is, you can see somebody's making off with 5 swords. It's traditionally in tarot the theft card, somebody who steals away with something that doesn't belong to them, somebody that tries to get away with something that is wrongful, disappears. But for me, in the context of all of this, with the Moon in reverse and the Hanged One in reverse, it tells me that something bad has happened, something unethical, let's put it like that, something not exactly above board has possibly happened, and there is exposure in there that they will be known if this turns out to be true. And again, we're in speculative territory. If this comes to pass, they will be tainted by this behavior, this sort of cloud over them. Cloud would come back to the Moon because it's something that was hidden, something that was duplicitous. The Moon very often refers to duplicitous behavior, just as the Seven of Blades does. And it's, well, here, this is what they did. Always in future, when their names are mentioned, it will be, and they did this bad thing, allegedly. There it is. Odd looking spread, as I say, but some interesting energy that has come through in it. And of course, I have to remind you that this is all speculation and all just for fun and just energy that we are reading here. And there is a disclaimer in the box below, and I do acknowledge the right to medical privacy. So there you go. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.